Hello and welcome to today's YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 6 creative ways to think of ideas for content for you to post to social media. I'm telling you right now, these methods to think of new content ideas are ways in which you have not seen before. So make sure to watch this entire video through, because when you do that, you are never going to struggle with content ideas again. I understand how it feels to be sat there wanting to post on Instagram, but just not knowing what to post and then ending up posting some random old throwback photo because I have nothing better to post. And I never want you to feel that way, because you're not adding value to your target audience when you do that. You are just posting bland and boring content, and that means that they aren't going to engage with you, they aren't going to like your post, and they may actually end up unfollowing you. So this video is going to help you overcome that problem. And by the way, this content is just a small snippet taken from my brand new course called Impact Your Social Media. Let's dive into the content on how you can come up with new content ideas. And to make this as actionable as possible, I'm going to be jumping on my laptop on a screen recording to really dive in deep. All of this applies for any social media platform. And then at the end, if you have a YouTube channel, I have a YouTube specific bonus tip. So make sure to stick around. Anyway, with that said, the first thing that you need to do before we dive into all of these detailed screen recordings is write down 3 keywords that relate to your niche. So in order to illustrate this, let's look at an example rather than just using me as the example. Let's say you're a guy who is a fitness coach for other guys who want to gain muscle who are university students. Remember, you need to have your niche absolutely nailed, and I have another video all about finding your niche, so you can go check that out if you have not done so already. Now, with that said, once you know what your niche is, you want to come up with 3 keywords that relate to that niche. It could be muscle gain, it could be leg exercises, and it could be gains. So once you know these 3 keywords, that is really going to help you when it comes to thinking of creative content ideas. So with that said, let's dive into the very first website, and that is called answerthepublic.com. And by the way, this video is by no means sponsored. These are just some very useful websites that I have found to be super helpful when it comes to thinking of new content ideas. So what you do is you simply type in a keyword. So I'm going to go with content because this video is about how to come up with content ideas for your personal brand. So I'm going to hit get questions, and it's going to take me to this page. When it comes to content, there is 197 questions that people are typing in order to get answers. So it looks like this, and it's a bit confusing, which is why I just like to click on data, because then you can see all the different questions that people are typing into Google or YouTube related to content. So you can have a scroll through here and just see what comes up. Now, of course, some of it is not going to be relevant. For example, what content is on Hulu? That's not very helpful for me. However, what content to post on Instagram is definitely relevant for me. Same thing with what content to make on YouTube, or which content marketing is best. These are the kind of questions that my ideal client is going to be typing into Google, which means that I can create content about this topic. I can now create a caption all about which type of content marketing is best in order to generate sales. That would be great, because that is highly niche and that is specific to my target audience, and it shows that there's actual volume with searches here. Now, let's go back to our example of the fitness coach for university students who are male who want to gain muscle. You could type something in such as leg exercises, and here is what is going to come up, such as how many leg exercises should I do to gain muscle? Again, you can hit data in order to make it a lot clearer and a lot easier for you to read. And the great thing about this website is that it doesn't just show you questions, but it also shows you a bunch of other things as well. For example, leg exercises and weight loss. Now, we're not going to be talking about leg exercises and weight loss here if your ideal client wants to gain muscle, but you could just switch that out and you could say leg exercises and muscle gain. These could be all different types of content that you can create, and it really helps you get a good idea of just things that people are searching for and how you could use it in order to create your content. This website is amazing for inspiration. Now, the thing is, you do get a limit for free reports every single day. I believe it's only 3 or 4, so you don't want to be typing in too many things, which is why knowing your 3 keywords is incredibly important, because trust me, I've tried searching on my phone to get more searches. It does not work. I've tried the incognito tab. It does not work. I've also tried it on Safari. It does not work. These people at Answer the Public really know what they're doing. And that brings me on to my next website. And that is keywordtool.io. Now I really like this one because you can click the YouTube tab and it shows you what people are typing into YouTube. So let's do an example again for our muscle gain coach for university male students. So perhaps we want to go for our keyword, which is gains. We hit enter and then this is what pops up. There's keyword suggestions, questions again, just like they have on Answer the Public, so you can get a ton of ideas here. For example, does cardio kill gains? So that is what you could make a video about. And then you can also go on prepositions. And this is really, really helpful because sometimes you can see that there's a lot of, so for example, it says gains by brains here. So then when you go onto Google, it actually seems that gains by brains is a person. So you can then go onto their YouTube channel and you can actually get some inspiration and see which type of content they're posting that is doing well for them, because this person appears really, really well for the keyword gains. So obviously this person is a woman. However, there could be a bunch of great ideas here because if it's working for a woman, it may work for a guy as well. And so yeah, I mean, she ranks really well for gains, so you can take some ideas and inspiration from her. And that brings me on to my next point. Who are some of the influencers who are doing really, really well within your niche? So I like to call this the follow the leader technique. Now, it's a great thing to do because these people, they are ideal clients. They are actively engaging with that content. It's kind of like the influencer has already tested the market and then they make the content and then you can swoop in and make it even better. So that's something that I definitely recommend that you should do, but please don't just blatantly copy people, because when you do that, it's boring. People will see through it. So put your own spin on the content. This is why knowing your niche really, really well is really important. So let's take a friend of mine, Mo Samuels. He was a university student and he focuses a lot on gaining muscle. So we can go to his page and we can see what performs well for him by clicking sort by and then most popular. And then this is going to show us the most popular videos for him. We can see that for him, natural body transformation does really, really well. 10,000 calorie challenge. These are all the videos that do really, really well. What I eat in a day to gain muscle. They do super, super well. So using influencers within your space to see which videos work for them by ranking their videos from most popular to least popular will give you a good idea on the type of content that you should be creating in order to gain more views and in order to have content inspiration and ideas. Because even though the YouTube videos, you could then do this on Instagram and any of your other social media platforms. For example, you could post a full day of eating onto your Instagram with all of your meals for the day as a swipe load of photos, and that would be amazing for you. I did just get reminded of HubSpot. Now this blog ideas generator is amazing because it just gives you so many ideas. And remember, I'm going to leave all of these things left linked down in the description box below, as well as a free Instagram growth checklist that I have for you. It's an ebook as well as a checklist. I undersell it when I say that it is a checklist because it's far, far more than that. So let's just say I typed in social media, sales, and money. I would hit give me blog ideas, and then here are some ideas for me. Social media expectations versus reality. Will sales ever rule the world? The next big things in money. Social media explained in fewer than 140 characters. This week's top stories about sales. So you can see you get a bunch of different ideas and you can do it as many times as you want. So if I just wanted to go for coaching and sales, then give me blog ideas, then oh, they're going for the same thing. Coaching, expectations versus reality. Will sales ever rule the world? The next big thing in coaching. So that could be cool because I could talk about the next big thing in coaching and then I could speak about my S2S system and method that I have come up with. Then I could, yeah, I mean, it's just really, really great. The final tool that I want to show you about is called Keywords Everywhere. So let's just type muscle gain into Google and then here is what's going to show up. This is how Google normally looks. However, when you have Keywords Everywhere as a Chrome extension, it gives you a bunch of different keywords that are popping up. And they literally show you, you know, not just the related keywords, but what other people are searching for too. So you could go through this entire list and create all of these as videos and content that appeal to your ideal clients. So in this case, how to gain muscle weight female would not be great. However, how to gain muscle for skinny guys could work. And you could also do how to gain muscle fast for students as well. And this is an amazing way for you to get more ideas. So you literally just go to keywordseverywhere.com, click install, and then boom, you will have it every single time you search Google, and it means that you're getting constant ideas and inspiration. Answer the Public in tandem with Keywords Everywhere is awesome because if you click on one of these things such as content topic generator, that's very highly relevant here. So if I click on that, it takes me to Google and it takes me to all of the answers. And then the amazing thing is, if you have keywords everywhere installed, then it's going to show you a bunch of different things that people are searching for. So I can immediately see Buzz Sumo, Answer the Public, which I just came from, blog generator name, all these things. And actually, Buzz Sumo is another great example because you can get content ideas from there as well. Now, I wouldn't have even thought to have mentioned that because I totally forgot about it until now, but let's go for content and let's hit go and let's just see what we get coming up here. Oh, I've reached my daily limit, but you see what I mean. I don't think this one is as good as the other tools that I showed you. However, it's still all right nevertheless. And now we have made it onto our final tip, and this one is YouTube specific, so you can use this if you have a YouTube channel. If you don't have a YouTube channel, make sure to still stick around because if you ever create a YouTube channel in the future, this is going to be really helpful to know. So hit thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far, by the way, because it helps me know that you like this type of video and that I should create more of it in the future. And if you are trying to grow your social media, make sure to grab that Instagram ebook that is linked down below. So with that said, here is the final way in which you can come up with creative ideas in order to come up with content that people actually want. So as of April 2019, YouTube is testing out a new studio. So the old Creator Studio now looks like this. So if you just go to studio.youtube.com, this will pop up and then you want to click on your analytics. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you would like me to upload a YouTube video that explains the most important analytics that you need to be paying attention to in order to grow your channel. But anyway, for now, click see more. This will then pop up and it shows you a bunch of different things. For the purpose of this video, we're going to want to click on traffic source. And once you've done that, over here in the top right hand corner, I recommend having it on the last 90 days because then you can see what people have been finding you for within the last 90 days. So traffic source is essentially how people have found you. So if you scroll down here, then you can see all the different ways in which people have found you. For me, my main way is YouTube search. So I'm going to click on YouTube search and then it is going to take me to this next page. On the screen right now are the top keywords that people type into their YouTube search bar in order to find me. So I have had 4,000 views from people typing into YouTube how to get verified on Instagram. Similarly, for New York food tour, I have gained 463 views. Now, the great thing about this is when you scroll through the way in which people are finding you, it gives you ideas on what videos you can create next. Now, in the past, I've created a lot of videos about food and I've created videos about 10,000 calorie challenges and stuff. So people are typing in things like this and my videos are popping up. However, for me right now, it's not too useful because I help people build an online business based upon their personal brand. And this type of videos, they're the type of videos which is kind of how I started out building my personal brand. So with that said, I'm going to stick to the other ways in coming up with content that I mentioned before, as well as when I listen to podcasts, if I hear anything that helps me out, then I'm going to make sure that I start writing notes on my phone. Whenever I get an idea, I literally write it on the notes section in my phone because then I know that I can come back to it and make content about it in the future. And by the way, all of these ways to come up with creative content ideas work even if you don't already have an audience. I'm thinking about creating another video coming up next if you already do have an audience and ways in which you can use your current audience to think of new ideas. However, with that said, all of this works for if you do not have an audience right now and if you are literally starting from scratch. So I know you may think that your life is boring and you may think, oh, what should I post because my life is dull and I don't feel like an expert. But here's the thing, being an expert is relative and I think I'm going to do an entire video on that in the future. So make sure to hit thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done already. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe, please, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and tell me, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to creating content? Because then I could create a video on that for you.
I hope you enjoyed that illustration. So if you're in the Nairobi area, you can get access to this cup at a very affordable price. We're going to leave a link of our Instagram page in the description where you can either DM us if you want a piece or if you want a dozen of these cups. And I'm sure it will be a great addition to your cutlery when you're either starting up your morning or when you're serving your friends a hot drink. So hit us in our DM and we'll see how we'll get that piece to you.